All right, here is another workout for you for this week or for any time. You can always come back and access these whenever you want. But on this day in SugarWOD, it has 3 sets of 8 hammer curls per arm. We're going to talk about the curls. Just think 8 curls, 8 bent over rows, and 8 upright rows. So all I have here with me right now is a kettlebell. Hopefully you have a dumbbell, because all of these are a little easier, in my opinion, with a dumbbell. Easier to perform, not easier muscle wise. But for the hammer curl, if you had a dumbbell that is flat, like straight, then a hammer implies, pretend like I'm holding it here, that I'm not rotating my wrist. So my wrist stays in the whole time. If you had, like for me personally, if I had 10-pound dumbbells, I could do that. I usually keep a 25-pound dumbbell here. I cannot curl that with one arm. So that's when we tell people to grip the dumbbell in the middle handle, or you could grip your kettlebell with both arms and you're just curling it up this way. Okay, either way, you're working your biceps the way we want you to. If your object is light, like this one is 10 pounds. So if your object is light, then please do 8 per arm. And it's also really hard to do a hammer curl with a kettlebell. So just think of them as curls. I don't really care how you're curling it. So if you have something light, then you're going to go 8 per arm, just curling it up, coming all the way back to full extension. Boys are terrible about this. So Joel, if you're doing this workout, don't stop here. Don't curl like, these little quarter curls or whatever. Let your arm extend all the way down to elongate your muscle and then contract it on the way up. 8 per arm, or if it's heavy, then you're going to go two-handed, 8 at the same time. Bent over rows, your feet are right under your hips, and you're keeping your chest up, butt back, back flat, and you're just rowing the object into your body. Okay, trying to keep your elbow and your wrist in a pretty good line right there. You should feel it really good in your lats. If you feel it in a different spot, then kind of adjust and make sure that that's where you feel it. If that is hard for you to achieve a flat back in this position, which it is hard for a lot of people, we always tell people to step out your opposite foot, kind of like in a split squat stance. And that way you can kind of rely on your front foot more. And your back foot's just there to brace you. My back still stays flat, and I'm just going to row the object into my body that way. Same exact thing. It's really just kind of how it feels on your body. For the upright row, you are going to use one object if it's heavy enough. If you have, let's say, 2 5-pound dumbbells or kettlebells, then you could row them at the same time. But this is what we mean by upright row. You keep the object close to your body, keep your elbows super high, and you're bringing the object under your chin. So this is light. If I was going to use my 25-pound kettlebell, I would have to use only one and use both hands on it and bring it up to my chin and then all the way back down. Full extension at the bottom, all the way up to your chin, keeping the kettlebell close, not at all moving my lower body. In fact, my core is tight, my glutes are contracted and kind of pulled in so that I'm just focusing on my upper body, but my core and glutes are working because they're tight. So 8 curls, maybe per arm or maybe together depending on your object, 8 bent over rows per arm, and then 8 upright rows. Okay, then for your workout, it is going to be 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest, going through 5 stations 3 times. So 40 seconds of work, 20 minutes of rest equals a minute. Each round has 5 stations in it, or 5 minutes, and you're going to go through it 3 times. So that's how we're getting our 15-minute workout today. Every minute starts with 10 weighted object swings. If you have a dumbbell, let's pretend that this is my dumbbell because this kind of looks like a dumbbell. So if you have a dumbbell, you would hold it in the middle and you're going to do your swings that way. So slight bend in the knee, my hips go way back, and then I pop my hips, straighten my legs to get my object straight overhead where my biceps are next to my ears. Bring it all the way up. So back stays flat, hips go back, hips go forward. I'm using my hips to propel my weighted object like a pendulum. Pendulum. I don't know which is correct. If you have a kettlebell, swings are a little easier with a kettlebell, but you're going to do the same thing. So hips go forward. This is a glute and core movement way more than it is arms. So you're not just picking the dumbbell up overhead or the kettlebell up overhead. You're using the momentum that you generate from shooting your hips back and forward, back and forward to get the momentum up there. Think of your arms as just ropes, and the harder that you thrust your hips, obviously, the more momentum you'll have to get the object overhead. So each minute starts with 10 of those, and then you'll have the remainder of the 40 seconds, however much time is left. It's probably going to take you about 20 seconds, 25 seconds to get 10 swings, and then the first station is just max air squats. So 1, 2, 3, going as far as you can go, getting as many as you can get until the end of that 40 seconds. You'll rest 20 seconds, then do 10 swings, and then max sit-ups. So sit-ups, we're just going to lie on the ground, butterfly your feet by putting the soles of your feet together. Use your arms to throw yourself up and touch your toes. Be careful on the way down, especially if you're on hard floor, but 2, 3, and so on. Yeah. If you are having trouble with that, then you could put a pillow under your back maybe to raise your back up a little bit and just make it feel a little easier. But don't make it too easy. If you can do it without anything, do it without it. The third station is the 10 swings and then max lunge steps. They can be reverse or forward. These are reverse lunges where you just step back and touch your knee to the ground, or you could do forward lunges where you step forward and touch your knee to the ground. Count each step as a rep. Station 4 is the 10 swings and then max plank burpees. So that's stepping back to your plank, stepping up and clapping. Or if you can jump back, jump up and clap, but you don't have to go chest to the floor for a plank burpee. And then the 5th minute, you get to rest. So your timer is still going to beep, work, rest, but you're going to rest the whole 5th minute, the whole work, rest, and then you'll start again for your 6th set back at the top with the 10 swings and the air squats. Again, this video is ridiculously long, and I hope you understand everything. Text me if you don't, and I'll be more clear.